Is just trying to capture the spirit of the thing. Here are the voices of the Condors, Ryan Holt and Kevin Bartle.
We're on the air.
I was making faces at the camera. Welcome to Condors Unleashed, everyone. Thanks for taking your lunch hour and spending it with us, Ryan Holt and Kevin Bartle, here this afternoon. Hope you're all enjoying your weeks. Great day to be a Condor. Great week to be a Condor. Great year to be a Condor. Really, it's always a great day to be a Condor.
You're getting a lot of attention out of that tweet, by the way.
Yeah. I didn't know tweeting it's a great day to be a Condor from the Condors account.
Like everybody is all automatically assuming you have an ulterior motive for saying it's a great day to be a Condor.
You know what? Maybe you should pay attention to the Condors account the other 364 days a year, because that's when I tweeted as well.
Every morning.
Every morning. It doesn't matter.
Because it is a great day to be a Condor.
Yes, and to take you back to it's a great day to be a Condor, there's some contention amongst the Condors staff as to where that slogan originated. Ryan Murphy, assistant coach, swears it was him. Athletic trainer Andy Hong swears it was definitely him. So there's some contention, but I've taken it over, and now you know what happens when we take a hold of something.
It doesn't matter. It's all elementary right now.
Yeah, it's a great day to be a Condor.
It is.
Yeah. As always, we got a moderately decent show lined up for you here this evening. Yeah, they got a chuckle out of the newsroom. I like that. We're going to have Troy Mann on. Troy's going to come on and break down some video. A lot of video to break down with Troy Mann over the last week. Condors with 4 games, picking up 7 out of 8 points, and Troy's in good spirits here this week.
Well, I mean, I would be if I were him. His team is – he has molded this team. I feel like, especially with all the video that we've watched and as much as we've watched Troy talk about the team and exactly how he wants to play and the structure that he has implemented – I feel this is a team that he has created in his image, and I mean they're playing his style. They're playing Troy Mann hockey right now, and they're getting great results. And you know it's great redemption, I think, for a coaching staff.
We're also going to have Brianna O'Brien and Rachel Anderson from the Condors front office. They're in the Condors Community Relations Department. If you haven't heard, Tip of Condors coming up on Tuesday, and we're going to have the girls in studio showing off some of the great items you can bid on at Tip of Condor on Tuesday.
Are you going to wear the jersey?
Yeah. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm wearing my gold sweater today, it's because Kevin Bartle won't let me wear the Oilers sweater because apparently there's some sort of preconceived notion about something.
There is. There's an Oilers jersey. It's autographed.
It's autographed by Jordan Eberle. It's a great jersey.
It's going to be part of Tippecanoe. We'll show it.
I was going to wear it all day, but we'll show it later.
I don't want you to wear it all day, and it's not just because people will automatically look at it and think, oh, he's got a secret. He's trying to tell us something like it's a great day to be a Condor. But
it's above my pay grade.
Listen, the real reason I don't want you to wear it is because I think that every minute you're wearing it, it's decreasing in value.
I think the opposite.
It's a completely unworn NHL autographed jersey, and if anybody wears it other than Jordan Eberle, it should be the person that shells out several $100s for it at Tip of Condor, and I don't want Holt cooties on my jersey. If I'm paying $350 for a jersey or whatever, maybe $500, I don't know what it'll go for. He's an excellent player. It's a great jersey. It looks beautiful. It's signed by him. And, oh, by the way, Ryan Holt wore it. Well, in that case, let me just up my bid by $100. I don't think so.
Are you done?
Is it time for Holty's headlines yet? It's time for Holty's headlines. That's the only part of the show, really, that I control is kicking him off of my set to go do Holty's headlines, and the rest of the show is his.
We're further back now on Holty's headlines. See, it doesn't even look gold on camera, does it?
Let's be honest here. It's yellow. It's yellow.
It looks green. It looks yellowish green.
It's yellow.
All right, roll that wonderful Condors highlight footage. First up, we'll get to Friday night's game. Condors against San Francisco. If you haven't heard, San Francisco's in a little bit of financial trouble, and hopefully they stay around for the rest of the season. But reports in the San Francisco Chronicle earlier this week that San Francisco's either going to fold or move to Fresno or Oakland. I mean, that's like just taking all the possible options of a team and just spewing them all out there.
That's very discombobulated.
Hold on. The Bulls could either fold, or they can move to Fresno, or they can move to Oakland, or they can move to Canada, or they can move to the East Coast, or they could stay at the Cow Palace. I mean, I don't know. But anyways, the Condors won 4-2, and the Condors got off to a hot start with An early goal from Chase Shaver, who's certainly picking things up here over the last couple of weeks since he returned from injury.
He has, and it's tough. I think it's tough, especially for a rookie, to be out of the lineup for a significant amount of time, and that's a couple of weeks or longer. But he is caught up. It took him a few games, I think, to get back up to speed, get back up to game shape. But since then, he's just been on fire.
I think we saw that last year as well from Brett Perlini. Perlini started off hot, was a point-per-game guy over the first 9 games, goes out with a concussion, misses basically 40, 50 games, and when he came back, he was not the same player.
I think Perlini just missed too many games last season, but Shaver, it's nice, and he's just been all over the puck, and he seems to have found a niche as well playing with Joel Broda.
You got to look at Andrew Carroll's goal, the poke-in tally, made it 2-1 Bakersfield. Again, the Condors had trailed opening this hockey game 1-0, but they responded well. They come back, and then Joel Broda is going to get a goal here as this puck will work its way around. And we saw this later on in the week. You'll get the highlights in just a bit with Broda feeding Canaxted, but there's the more obvious in the way it's drawn up on the video board, if you will, Canaxted to Broda. You want Broda shooting the puck, and Barts, we've seen this year, when Broda shoots the puck, 8 out of 10 times it's going to find the back of the net.
Broda and Canaxted are looking for that, and this is a great look in the replay. That seam is not there all the time. That's about as perfect as you can make it to get that cross-ice pass. It's not always there. It's very difficult to get, but that Broda and Canaxted, they're savvy. They're savvy offensively, and they're looking for it. And if you give it to them, they're going to take it.
That was also the great analysis of Kevin Bartle on the broadcast, if you're able to catch it on Fox Sports Radio. Bartle pointing to the screen and going, you can't see what I'm pointing at, but I'm pointing at the Condors getting a goal here, and this guy missing this guy. And yeah, good analysis, Barts.
Well, that's why I'm the highest-paid color man in the league.
Always good, too, to see Cameron Abney get on the score sheet. 2 goals this season now for Abney, who makes his living more with his hard hitting and dropping the mitts, but makes a living there by getting himself on the score sheet, picking up a goal. Actually had an assist as well this week, a 3-point weekend for Cameron Abney. Returned to Stockton, had a good game up there. And then you get the fisticuffs from Cameron Abney.
I'm pretty sure that's Cameron Abney fighting.
And Luke Judson doesn't know what he's getting himself into at this moment, I don't think.
Well, what he started to get into was against former teammate Colin Bowman.
Yeah.
Who I think, the Condors week that they had, his acquisition and his play in a 3-3 with a brand new team after taking a week or so off, really kind of flew under the radar.
Talked with Abney after that game on Friday night and was asking him about the fight, and he said, Holty, I didn't know who I was fighting, to be honest with you. I took a look up, saw he was a skilled guy, and he hadn't thrown a punch yet, so I kind of let him go, let easy on him. Then Laurent Brossoit, your ECHL goaltender of the week. This was his second win on the week as Laurent Brossoit made a number of great stops, 28 total, and ended up picking up the victory over San Francisco. And the Bulls had some opportunities late in this hockey game to get back in this game, but the Condors did one heck of a job of just stemming the tide and not allowing San Francisco to get back into this game. And you see the celebration afterwards, a nice crowd on hand as well of nearly 6,000 Condors fans. Brossoit celebrates, and the Condors pick up their second win on the week, 4-2 over San Francisco.
Fun night had by all.
After that 7-2 win, which we recapped last week on Condors Unleashed. So last week we've got 2 weeks worth of shows. There was 4 games. Saturday night, the Condors went to Stockton, ended up falling in a shootout to the Stockton Thunder. Picked up a point, though, on the road, which is always important, before they moved on to Sunday afternoon. This is the big one. Ontario in town, both teams coming off at 3-3. Both teams playing the last game on the weeks. Busy weeks for both clubs. And the Condors able to snake out the 3-2 victory. And here are the looks at Sunday afternoon's. Condors taking on Ontario. And Bart's now with the 3 wins, or 3 games with points for the Condors against Ontario. And considering where the season series was at one point, with Ontario winning 21 of 22, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and obviously that's over a couple of seasons, but, all the records aside, I think right now, these highlights we're looking at right here, for my money, these are the top 2 teams in the Western Conference right now.
Whoa.
I think the Condors, the way they're playing, and obviously things can change. Obviously 2 months ago, that wasn't even remotely the case. But the way the Condors are playing, And, the way Ontario, I think a lot of credit to Ontario for them keeping up as well. I mean, they just come at you. They come at you hard. They've lost a couple of their top players. Couture was not in this game. De Silva's been up for 2 months now in the American Hockey League. But for my money, these two teams are playing the best in the Western Conference.
Chase Shaber gets another goal, 2 goals in 2 games for Shaber on home ice. Joel Broda earlier with that goal. Broda now 18 goals on the season. He's second in the league in scoring, and actually the ECHL leader in goals scored actively, because Mickey Lang, who is the league leader in the ECHL in goals scored with the 23, he was called up to the American Hockey League with the Iowa Wild. So the Condors that now hold the goal-scoring leader in the ECHL actively, which is pretty impressive as well, considering Broda's played just 28, 29 games this season.
And your goal scoring and your point scoring leaders are going to get looks up. I can't hold this basketball.
What are you doing? We're hosting a show.
He's going to get looks eventually, but right now, I mean, he's put this team on his shoulders, and he's really carrying them.
We'll take another look at this power play when the Condors head coach Troy Mann joins us in our next segment. But great puck movement by the Condors, and we saw earlier with the Canuckstead feeding Broda. Well, this time, Joel Broda to Jordan Canuckstead, and that's Saskatchewan to Saskatchewan, and you know what happens when those two meet up.
And I can't wait to ask the coach about it, because, again, that lane was open, and they took it. And, ordinarily, that's a high-risk pass. It's a low percentage play. But these guys, man, they know what they're looking for. When they have it, they take it. I mean, look at that. The lane's right there, and it closes in a second. They have 1 second to get that pass off.
Jordan Canuckstead, second on the team in goals scored, now in double figures after his big weekend, end up with 11 goals at the end of the week. Laurent Brossoit then went to work. Andrew Carroll dropped the mitts with Everett Sheen, and you'll get a look at Laurent Brossoit's sweater in just a bit. You can go on ECHL.com starting today and actually...
No, starting Monday.
Oh, sorry. Starting Monday. We lied. Starting Monday.
You lied.
I lied. Starting Monday, you can go on ECHL.com and bid on Laurent Brossoit's jersey, as well as Nicholas Tremblay's jersey from this game on a Sunday afternoon. Wes Cunningham, I thought, had one of his best games on the weekend, really laying the body, and then Brossoit going to work, makes a couple saves, and the Condors would end up with this 3-2 win. Ontario pushed hard there at the end, but the Condors were able to come back, and that's something you don't see every day. The goaltender picking up a charging minor out in the neutral zone.
It probably cost the Condors an empty net tally to salt that one away, but that one was all Laurent Brossoit, and he was fantastic on Sunday.
All right, can we just show Bartle, because he's having trouble bouncing this basketball.
I'm not even trying to bounce it.
You're distracting me.
I'm just holding it.
That's the Lakers basketball next Saturday, February the 1st. The Condors hosting Lakers versus Clippers basketball giveaway. Turn it the other way. There you go.
Well, because it's reverse on this side. It's upside down, so I thought
there you go. Yeah. First 2,000 fans 17 and under will get their choice of a Lakers or Clippers basketball, and the winner of the – thank you, Bartle. You're breaking the wall. There's supposed to be a wall. There's supposed to be a wall. This is supposed to be another studio.
Sorry.
Yeah. Condors are winning over Ontario 3-2. The Condors picking up 3 wins in 4 games, getting a point in the other one as well. All right, moving on. What do we got next? Well, let's just roll whatever we have next. What else do we got? Tip a Condor. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see it.
Pay attention. Pay attention to the screen.
It's my first show. Tip a Condor coming up January the 28th. We'll have the Condors Community Relations Department in the house showing off some of the great items later on. Just wanted to preview that, so stay tuned. We have more good stuff coming.
There's an Oilers jersey, too, part of that.
Yeah. I was going to wear it. You should have seen it right now. Condors swept the weekly awards as well in the ECHL. Joel Broda winning the Player of the Week award. Laurent Brossoit picking up his 3rd Goaltender of the Week award. And there was some contention on social media with these two winning the awards, and perhaps some other players around the league should have won them. I disagree.
There's always deserving players, and the Condors have been on that side as well. But don't get your panties in a bunch.
Yeah.
They had good weeks. They deserved it.
Don't get them in a bunch. Throw them on the ice.
Don't get them in a bunch.
Throw them on the ice.
I mean, they'll probably throw easier if they're in a bunch.
Yeah. My man's hair is on, by the way, in case you wanted to know. So congrats to Joel and Laurent Brossoit enjoying their All-Star breaks. There's no All-Star game, but the guys get an All-Star break. Thank you, CBA. All right, our last Holty's headline. The Pie Pizzeria. You're like, Holty, what's going on here?
Is that what we're having for lunch today?
No, that's what I'm having for dinner tomorrow night.
Oh.
We're flying to Utah. I'm going to meet up my good friend Adrian Denny of the Utah Grizzlies. And Bartle, what time do I arrive in Utah?
You arrive approximately 9:30 p.m. Mountain Time.
That's local, 9:30 p.m. local time. So my day's going to begin at 6 o'clock tomorrow.
You'll be fine.
And work at 6 o'clock, and then 9:30 in Utah. I'm going to stop in Phoenix. Do I have any other stops
Don't
I have
forget,
to make?
you're leaving work at 11 a.m.
Do I have to make any other
I
stops on my
understand that
way?
you have a long day.
I have
but
Phoenix.
you only have like 5 hours of work to do, and then the rest of the time you're just hanging out on a plane.
Do you send me to Saskatoon too? Can I go to Phoenix and Saskatoon and around?
Well, keep pushing. There's still time for me to change it.
Yeah. Hashtag blame Bartle.
I have U.S. Air on speed dial.
Yeah.
And I know your
Bartle.
itinerary.
I'm not
number.
even flying the same airline as the team.
No, you're
I'm
not.
on a completely different wing of
Completely
LAX. All right. But anyways, I'm going to the pie tomorrow night with my good friend Adrian Denny, and we're going to enjoy some pies.
He's the voice of the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and there's some great pizza at the Pie Pizzeria. There's two pies, by the way. There's one in the suburbs, and then there's one on the campus of Utah, the Utes. The University of Utah.
Yeah.
That's the one we go to.
The zoo is up there on that side of town. If you have time. I'm just saying.
There's a zoo or there's a college campus.
Well,
where would Ryan Holt prefer to go?
What, are you going to hang out on a campus, you creep?
I enjoy going to college campuses.
By the way, do you see that the pie that's like a play on words terminology there? You get it?
I took a math class too once.
I'm just saying it's not really a very California thing to call pizza a pie.
Yeah.
But that's what they call it.
That's what they call it.
That's what they call it in some areas.
All right. Troy Mann's here, so we'll come back in a little bit with him, but I think we got the game previews. Yeah, on the road this weekend, as I mentioned. We're in Utah Friday, in Utah Saturday, and then in Idaho on a Sunday afternoon. The games on Friday and Saturday start at 6 o'clock Pacific. The game on Sunday starts at 4:10 Pacific time. Hope you can tune in. All the action on Fox Sports Radio 970. Troy Mann, Condors head coach. We'll break down some video, and we'll talk about a great week that was to be a Condor next on Condors Unleashed.